disappointing loss to the Redcliffe Dolphins on the weekend. Unfortunately, have put an end to the Jets' finals hopes of defending their Intrust Super Cup premiership from last year. After such a big year last year, is it a bit disappointing for the club not being there about finals time, or does it come down to the players that you've lost in between the two seasons?
Yeah, we don't use that as an excuse, I suppose, Ben, but it is disappointing. Obviously, we would have liked to have played finals football, and we felt if we could have snuck into that top six that we could have given the competition a real shake, actually, because, you know, there's no real standout performer there just yet this season, so I think any one of that sort of top 4 or 5 can take out the competition. So, yeah, it was a disappointing loss on the weekend, and we need a bit of a miracle now, I think, to make the finals. It's not completely out of
a mathematical
reach.
Chance.
Yeah, we need a fair bit to go our way, and obviously for us to win our last 2 games, which we're fairly confident of doing anyway. But we'll see what happens. But disappointing to be in the position we are, and probably miss out on the finals by just one win. So
that is a close result though after so many rounds of football. I guess with two games left to go, 1 home game and 1 away game, how do you motivate the players for those final 2 games to finish the year on a high? Yeah,
look, obviously the guys want to win every game we play in. So this weekend we've got a big game at home, which is our Old Boys Day against Tweed Heads. Next weekend we go down to Wynnum Manly, down to the Chook Pen down there, and that's actually the TV game. So normally that's enough to get the guys up for a good performance. So hopefully we can finish the season on a high and win those 2 games.
Yep. And what about this weekend for the last home game as well? You'd be hoping for a big home crowd to finish it off?
Yeah, big home crowd. As I said, Old Boys Day, and the guys like to, all the old Jets guys like to get around and share a few beverages and tell a few stories about how good they were and all that sort of stuff. I think the older you get, the better you were. So I'm sure there'll be a few stories told there on Saturday afternoon. So it should be a good day.
And with the IRL presentation night this Friday night as well, it's a big weekend for Ipswich Rugby League.
Yeah, it's a good weekend.
Yeah, well, obviously the players get the weekend off and to freshen up before the final. I'm sure there's some niggling injuries there, but obviously the presentation night's Friday night there where we crown obviously the Player of the Year and all 3 of our grades, Coach of the Year, Volunteers of the Year. We have Miss IRL and all that there. It's always a big night and always a good night just to get all the clubs together. Last year I think was probably one of the most popular ones. All the clubs seemed to come together and all that. No animosity, had a bit of a talk about how they're going to go in the finals and all that. So it's a really good night.
We've got the People's Choice Award this year as well. It's been narrowed down to 1 person from each club. Yeah,
well the Battery World People's Choice has been going for a couple of years there, and this year we've got once we narrowed it down to 6 finalists and put it on Facebook, I think we got over 2,500 votes.
Fantastic.
So which was huge. So.
There's plenty of fan favourites in the competition at the moment, that's for sure. Some good personalities and characters.
Yeah, well, obviously the Polynesians seem to have a lot of people on Facebook there. So Ramon got it for Goodner there. I think we had Zeb from Swifts, Blake Olive from West End there, and so no, it was really good and really well received again.
Yep. And Jack, will the Jets be looking at the winners of the best and fairest and the People's Choice to keep an eye on some players for the future?
Yeah. I think they keep an eye on what goes on in our local comp, which is great. That's what we're all about, is developing players to go to the Jets and continue on if they're good enough.
Yep.
So I think they're a big part of football in Ipswich.
Yep, and obviously we've just had the announcement this week about the Mal Meninga Cup, the under-18 Colts competition coming back under the Jets.
Yeah, it's going to the Jets, which is great. Yep. Professionalism.
Yep.
They get to train with the big boys now, and get coached by 2 of the best in the business. So
excellent.
It's going to be great.
Well, do you think there'll be many of the IRL players coming down on Saturday to check out the Jets' last home game, or will there be some sore heads after the presentation night on the night before?
I think that'll be the case, the sore heads. But hopefully, we do get some there to see what goes on. But it should be a good crowd on Saturday, I think.
Yep.
Usually is Old Boys Day.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Well, Jason, with the Jets as well, obviously you're probably already looking towards the next year, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We're already signing players now for next year, and talking to sponsors and all that sort of thing. So we do plan, even though it sounds a bit funny, this season's not even finished, but we do plan for next year now. So we sort of need to know where we're at by sort of September, October, and then we get straight into the pre-season in November. So
Yep.
it's not that far away really when you think about it.
Excellent. Well, keep an eye out for Friday night with the Ipswich Rugby League presentation night. We'll be down there with the cameras, and we'll be hoping to get in touch with as many of the players as we can on the day. And looking forward to a great night of rugby league for this week.
Yeah, we'll probably get more interviews on the way in because normally by the end of the night, hopefully the cameras are gone by then. So.
Well, we definitely need the blooper reel, so we'll keep the cameras rolling. Excellent. Well, we'll keep an eye out for us on Friday night if you're heading down to the Ipswich Rugby League presentation night, or on Saturday for the Ipswich Jets' last home game of the season down at North Ipswich Reserve.